Now, we're weeks away from the UN Climate Change Summit, which begins in Glasgow on the 31st of October. And many species of animals are being placed at risk by climate change as their habitats are damaged or even disappear. Jim Naughten is an artist photographer based in London, and he's created an exhibition to illustrate the dangers of biodiversity loss. You're seeing some of his images, and he says he wants his mixture of fantasy and reality to encourage us to think about our relationship with the environment. And Jim joins us now on the program. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Firstly, we were just showing some of the pictures. You used a method known as digital painting. So talk us through what that is and what inspired you to use this method.
Well, I think digital painting allows me to alter photographs so much that I can create fantasy worlds. So I started off as an oil painter, and when I became a photographer, I realized I could do a very similar thing, but by using post-production methods like Photoshop. The idea for the project came from a visit to the Field Museum in Chicago, which is a beautiful museum. It was completely full to capacity, but there was an exhibition on extinction, which was completely empty. There wasn't a soul in there. So I went in and I saw that 30,000 species are going extinct every year because of human activity. And my first thought was, well, I have to do something about this, but also how do we show these, how do we get people to look at this? Because it's such a difficult thing. People want to look the other way. I thought if I make work, it can't be bleak, it can't be, you know, dead animals or anything like that. So it's got to be beautiful. So I used these natural history specimens, and then I've colored them to make them so I'm questioning our fictional rose-tinted view of the natural world, our idealized view of the natural world.
As you said, your images look fictional. What kind of reaction have you been getting? Are you getting the reaction that you had expected and hoped?
Absolutely, it's been phenomenal. I've got an exhibition opening tomorrow at Grove Square Gallery in London. It's been sensational. We've had loads of press already, and people are actually really interested in the pictures and engaging with them, which is a great thing. And so in that sense, it's been working fantastically. I'm very pleased.
As I said earlier, the COP26 begins shortly. Are you encouraged by some of the changes that we're seeing in the leadership of some of the world's biggest economies?
Well, it seems to be a groundswell of change, of people are beginning to engage with it. They're talking about it. I really hope there's some action behind it. I've known about this dire situation for the natural world and wildlife and climate change for the last decade. But in the recent year, or the last year, it's gathering pace and people are finding out about it. And I think my project is about raising awareness. I think that's really important. And it does feel like with Greta and all the, you know, particularly with the youth, it feels like people are beginning to kind of take notice and wake up. That's really going to be critical, I think, for action.
Indeed. Indeed, Jim Naughten, some of your pictures that we just showed our viewers, they're amazing. Good luck with the exhibition, and thank you so much for joining us on Newsday today.
Thank you very much. Bye.